Listen up, guys. Got some important news that I'm going to drop on all your heads right now.
That's rude.
And it's going to blow your mind.
That's rude and devastating, and you could hurt people that way. But do it anyway.
You're watching the Wrestling Rundown. This is the midweek motherfucking wrap-up. Head blown. Mind exploded. Thought process demolished.
Christopher Walken mode. Engaged.
Ah, no.
It happened.
Shut your face. I'm gonna hit you.
I can't.
Alright. You tried.
My face doesn't shut.
You tried.
I did.
A for effort.
Hey!
And ass job.
Awkward.
Also awkward. Also. It's a lot of
Where are we
words
starting
that-
on the midweek wrap
A
up?
lot of words that start with A. But one that doesn't is WWE Tough Enough.
Yes.
Because we're going to talk about Tough Enough for the few weeks that it'll be airing.
Yeah.
10, I think.
Yes.
10 weeks.
Yeah. We'll get
of
two.
Tough Enough.
Yeah, we'll get two winners. We had our first episode this past week where we were introduced to the new format, where pretty much it's over the course of the week. They go through their.
It's like wrestling version of America's Got Talent.
Yeah. Yeah.
They do it in front of a live crowd. They have judges sitting there. It's WWE trying really hard to draw that crowd of television watchers.
Yeah, and it's.
And it's unfortunate.
I don't hate it yet, but I wasn't fully invested in this first episode, just because the one thing that I feel like they've done differently with this that they've done with past seasons of Tough Enough is, rather than give us the first episode where we're just meeting every person, so we have an idea of who everyone is, they gave very small snippets throughout a challenge, so there was like a lot to focus on. And then immediately there was an elimination. And it was just, there was so much to, like, I only remember a couple guys' names. I don't remember any of the, I remember like two of the girls' names. And so, yeah, there was just a lot going on for this first episode. I also don't like the fact that we're jumping back and forth between Jericho and Renee hosting the show. Then we're watching what happened during the week. Then we're back to Jericho and Renee. And then we're back to what happened last week. And then we go to the elimination. I don't know. It's a weird jump, and I'm not into it yet.
No, I'm not into it at all so far. Really. I mean, without going too far into details, Tanner kicked ass all day, every day.
Yeah. Tanner's definitely the front runner right now.
And he knows it.
Yeah. ZZ's entertaining.
ZZ's entertaining.
He's the youngest of the bunch. He's only 18.
But he's also the least athletic person in the entire competition. That including the women. Hank.
Yeah, Hank.
You motherfucker idiot.
There's a reason you got eliminated.
One of the judges was a woman. So, and you knew that going into this. So, you said a stupid thing. Especially considering all the women beat him in that challenge.
Yes.
Too.
Well, and yeah, it was. Well, Hank got called like that. Okay. Now we'll talk about like the good part that I like is the fact that each of the hosts or each of the judges gets to pick a person in the bottom three.
Yeah.
And then I like the fact that they're kind of in the hot seat at that point, because you have very prominent stars asking you questions. Not only do you have Jericho hosting, but with Daniel Bryan, Paige, and Hogan on the panel, you're amongst a very important group of wrestling names. And so you're really forced to, take a stand and be as honest as you can, or at least be good at bullshitting your way through something.
Yeah.
And Hank Hank was called up by Daniel, but then was called out by Paige going, what's this whole thing about, ZZ being unathletic compared to all the women? What is that supposed to mean? And you could tell he fumbled for an answer and just kind of like danced around the question a lot, and everybody knew it.
Yeah.
So I think that's...
I'm going to be honest, that's 100% the reason why he got eliminated.
Yeah.
Because he sucked.
Yeah, he was a douchebag.
And that's okay, because now it's like one less member of the angry tall guy club.
Yeah. Which, if you watched Tough Talk on the network, Miz rips those guys apart. It's hilarious.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. It was goofy to watch, too. Because the four guys who were so insecure over the little Tanner dude who's better than them.
Yeah.
But it's like, they, rather than like trying to amp up their game, they just stood over in the corner drinking their beers together, looking like a bunch of homos.
Yeah. Well, what's funny
in
about
a bad
that?
way.
What's funny about that group is that the other three guys, other than Hank, are all either married or engaged. Hank is the only single guy.
Oh, that's funny.
So he's hanging out over there while Tanner
and
is
that's
hanging
why
out
he's
with all
single.
the girls.
That's why he's single, by the way.
Because he's hanging out with all dudes.
No, it's because he's a chauvinistic asshole.
And he's hanging out with all dudes.
Yeah, no, I want to see more out of the Josh guy.
Yeah, he was...
So if you looked at the bottom three, they had the Hank, they had Josh, and they had ZZ.
Yeah.
And then if you looked at the vote, overwhelming majority of better than 50% of the people wanted ZZ to stay.
People love ZZ because he's entertaining. Josh got called up by Paige because he was super quiet. There was nothing that stood out about him.
Yeah, he wasn't good or bad.
Yeah,
he wasn't.
He fell flat, and he only beat Hank by like 4% of the votes. It was like 22-26, something like that. So he was very close to being eliminated also, but I think Hank's dumbass remarks got him in the ass real quick.
Yeah, he's a dumbass. That's enough about Tough Enough, though.
Yeah. Let's move on to thumbnails.
Let's talk about main event.
Main event. We had 4 matches that kind of
escalated.
Yeah, they got better as we went through. We opened up with Neville taking on Heath Slater. This was really good because we had Slater, being Slater.
Yeah, Slater's gonna slate.
Just trying to prove that he's better. And like trying to show his athleticism, and then Neville like one-upping his athleticism because he's Neville.
It's spent a good portion of the early part of the match of Neville just embarrassing Slater.
Yeah,
which was entertaining.
And then Slater taking the heel turn and really pulling the hair and just using a lot of dirty tactics to try and get the advantage. Unfortunately for him, Neville ended up setting him up perfectly and hitting the red arrow for the win. Yeah, it's a good thing there's a main event because Slater wouldn't last very much longer if there wasn't a main event. Then we had the Ascension versus the Mega Powers.
Yeah.
For some reason,
the Ascension won via their high-low.
Yeah, the Fall of Man.
The Mall of Fame. No? Alright.
And this was just another way to show that Damien Sandow can't do a top rope elbow drop.
Yeah, it's just like... It's another way of the Ascension going, look at us, we're still relevant.
Hell, you're
Take us back to NXT, please.
Then we had R-Truth taking on Adam Rose, or King What's Up taking on...
Adam Rose.
Adam Rose. Adam Gross with Rosa Mendez.
I see what you did there. They're gross.
It is. It's really
and
gross.
R-Truth won.
Yes.
It wasn't very long.
No, he quickly beat Rose came off the ropes and got hit with a lie detector immediately.
Dispatched
King Barrett was out of commentary, and he got fed up when R-Truth won. He started to walk away. Truth was messing with him, got him into the ring. He ended up knocking Barrett down, and he ran away and was the last king standing. That's probably going to be a match. I just thought about that.
Last king standing?
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that.
It's gonna be called the Game of Thrones match.
The Games of Thrones.
Aha! I like that. And then in our main event, we had Luke Harper taking on Cesaro.
Heck yeah.
Cesaro going it alone right now. Luke Harper going alone because both their partners are currently injured.
Yeah. Talk about
Tyson Kidd.
Injuries.
Tyson Kidd had successful injury.
He had a successful injury.
He had successful surgery.
And then successful surgery to repair the injury.
He had the same kind of surgery that both Edge and Stone Cold have had after the freak accident muscle buster from Samoa Joe a couple weeks ago. And Eric Rowan got hurt with a bicep injury over the course of the week in a live show. He's out for 4 months at least, unless he opts to have surgery, which will keep him out longer. But we don't know exactly how long that's going to be. We'll have to wait and see. But we have both of their partners, Luke Harper and Cesaro, going at it in the main event. This was an awesome match. Both super power guys.
These guys already have a lot of chemistry.
Yes.
Because these guys have wrestled each other a lot prior to WWE.
First ever cage match in Chikara.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Like, only besides one other one.
Yeah.
Still.
This is not the Icarus Decalion.
Nope. Brody Lee versus Claudio Castagnoli.
Yeah.
Not Icarus versus Dookie Head Alien.
Luke Harper gets the win. Cesaro was in the driver's seat and was about to win. He was really dominant for a good portion, but Luke Harper got up against the ropes, and when Cesaro went to go for him, he poked Cesaro in the eyes, hit him with a discus clothesline, and picked up the win over the Swiss Superman.
Yeah, that's Harper's thing. Eyeballs.
Yeah.
He's hoping to maybe make Cesaro's eyeball the next Tron. Which would be really creepy.
Yeah. Normally we'd move to Ring of Honor, but unfortunately our source for Ring of Honor is not cooperating with us today, so Ring of Honor will be put back into the Indy news this week. Hopefully we can pick back up and put it back in the midweek wrap-up next week, but we're going to move right along to Lucha Underground. We open up with an announcement after the attack by El Patron last week on Mundo. We are now getting them in a singles match at Ultima Lucha.
Shocker.
That ruins my idea for a Fatal 4-Way, but that's okay.
Told it wasn't going to happen.
That's okay, because I'll take Johnny Mundo versus El Patron. I'm cool with that.
Mundo's head smash match. Special guest referee.
In a barbershop match.
Special guest referee Marty Jannetty.
Guest time for Brutus.
Fuck off.
We had our first match. Before our first match, we had an interview. Vampiro talking to Superfly.
Didn't really pay attention to this.
About
Too many subtitles.
His issues with Sexy Star. You know, Vampiro was wondering why he turned on her, and he's blaming on the fact that she took his mask, and that
you lost the match, you whiny little bitch. And then you shook hands, and then you bent down on one knee so she could take the mask off of you, and you guys hugged.
It's calling you out, Superfly.
Whiny little bitchy fly. That's your new name.
But he was also pissed off at Vampiro because when Superfly got involved in the submission match between Sexy Star and Pentagon Jr. and stopped what he calls the sacrifice, which was the arm break on Sexy Star, Vampiro's now on the shit list of both Superfly and Pentagon Jr.
Pentagon Jr.
So yeah, Vampiro kind of ends the interview there. We go into Superfly versus Sexy Star. Superfly is not very impressive.
I feel like he doesn't know how to be a heel.
That might be it. Because his go-to moves were the slap and the big boot, and he slapped her 4 times and big booted her 3 times. Did a couple of lucha moves, and then one with a double power bomb.
Yeah, good job, guy.
Sexy Star had some good moments. A couple little flubs also.
You know, all I gotta say is, hey, Superfly actually won a thing.
That's true. He then tried to...
That's like Wade Barrett winning a thing.
Yeah, that doesn't happen very often. He then tried to beat her down a little bit more after the match. She ended up escaping, but she was a little worse for wear at that point. And then speaking of the issues between Vampiro and Pentagon Jr., we're getting ready for a 5-way match for the third Aztec medallion.
Yeah.
Pentagon Jr. is the first one to come out. He steals the microphone from Melissa Santos.
Because he's a dick.
And says that he's...
5-sided dick. Jr.
He's got issues with Vampiro. And they end up getting in each other's face. And...
he also mentions that he doesn't want the medallion. Like, straight up. He's like,
he
I want
doesn't
something...
care.
He's like, I don't care. I want something more important.
Yeah, and it was he wanted that sacrifice of Sexy Star, and Vampiro's the reason he didn't get that.
So now he wants to sacrifice Vampiro.
Yeah, and Vampiro don't take no shit, and started shoving
Pentagon
Jr. around.
He's like, dude, you get in my face, I'm gonna start taking my clothes off.
He did. He unbuttoned his bowling shirt or whatever the fuck.
He's like, it gets me hot that you shoving me.
And then, Pentagon Jr. got pushed around. He said, you know what, fuck it.
Off.
And Pentagon Jr. left. So we're left with a fatal 4-way for the Aztec medallion. We got the Mac, we got Cage, we got Aerostar, and we got Marty the Moth.
That guy.
Marty the Moth
Tough
is a
Enough.
creeper.
Last
so funny, though.
Season of Tough Enough.
He is so funny.
He is.
A lot of really entertaining stuff that he did.
If I can steal a quote from Vampiro, was a blender of action.
That is exactly what...
It was hard to keep track of, to be honest.
Yeah.
There was lots of stuff going on.
You know, oh, God.
Huge clash of styles, like, all the way around.
Yeah.
Because Aerostar's super high-flying, skinny guy. The Mac is, like, very...
The Mac and Cage were really well paired.
They're very... Mac is very... random, I think, is the word I describe him, because...
He can do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and he changes it up very frequently.
True.
And then Cage, of course, is, I mean, just by looking at him, you can go like, oh yeah, he's the guy that's gonna throw people around.
But him and Mac had a really good exchange where, you know, he was doing the deadlift suplex to Mac. He was tossing him around a little bit, but then Mac got the advantage. Did the back suplex on the apron and then frog splash to the outside.
Yeah.
Holy
and then Marty
shit.
the Mob is just creepy.
He's funny.
He is funny.
He is hilarious.
It's all about that Aztec pride.
Aerostar does end up picking up the win on Marty the Moth with his no-handed, I'm not gonna stop myself for you at all splash, where he just fucking lands on the person.
Yeah, I mean, at first I was like, oh, that seems kind of rude. But I was like, Aerostar's probably not more than like $140.
True, I can't imagine it hurts all that bad, but it probably doesn't feel that good.
Saying, you know, he's small.
Would you want 140 pounds just dead weight right on your stomach?
Been there, done that.
Alright, fair enough. Then we had Team Dysfunction trying to...
doing some workouts.
Trying to work the kinks out of their issues. You know, they
sort of.
Doesn't really work out too well
There's
for them.
some sparring going on.
Yeah,
and Helico's doing some upside down push-ups.
Yeah. And then it starts to dissipate. We get some miscommunications between Ivelisse and Son of Havoc.
Well, she's like practicing hitting and dodging, and she's getting pissed off that she can't dodge.
Yeah, he's
fault.
popping her in the head.
Don't be a bitch.
Yeah.
Just train.
It's Ivelisse though. She is a bitch.
Just train. Training's better when you're not a bitch. Promise. Pinky swear. You'll do much better. They get interrupted by Katrina and her 3 creepy skeleton head friends.
Yeah, this was a big, elaborate, how can we get Mil Muertes to show up? And it was like, it turned into Power Rangers for a second.
Yeah.
When we had, the electricity and the Disciples showed up behind Team Dysfunction.
And they each, hit the member of Team Dysfunction, but you never saw it happen.
Yeah. And then
it was super cheesy.
And then like the lights go out, lights come back on, and Katrina and Mil Muertes walk out. The disciples are gone, and Team Dysfunction's down on the ground in a perfect line.
And Helico's in a weird position.
Yeah. He's
like slumped in a pile.
Well,
There's a pile of Angelico.
Right. Then we have our main event. We have the number one contenders match between Mil Muertes and Drago. Drago makes his way to the ring, but before we can get the introduction of Mil Muertes, we have Hernandez beat the fuck out of Drago with a belt.
That pissed me off.
What the fuck, Hernandez? Just because you're a little bitch and you can't beat Drago doesn't mean you have to beat him with a belt.
Especially in the face region.
Yeah, it was fucked up, man. Mil Muertes makes his way out.
Drago says, "Hell yeah, I'm still gonna fight."
Yeah, and Drago really takes it to him too. This was a fun match. You know, Mil Muertes has been very into the power game since he came back. He's the bigger, stronger, and just dominant.
More muerty than ever.
And Drago just trying to throw everything he can at him. Unfortunately,
like chairs, books, a windmill, dragon wings. Well,
actually, it was Mil Muertes.
creepy tongue.
It was actually Mil Muertes who was throwing the chairs.
But Drago's throwing everything. So it's,
Everything his.
yeah, he has some. He probably owns some chairs.
I don't think he owns.
Calm down.
I don't think he owns a.
Calm down.
I am calm. I don't think he owns a windmill.
You don't know.
You don't know either.
Dragon's got things for windmills, bro. You ever heard that? You ever hear that one? Dragons love windmills.
Whatever Drago threw at Mil Muertes, it wasn't enough because
Spoiler for Game of Thrones.
Mil Muertes is able to
That's
catch Drago.
That's how they win.
Catch
Game of
Drago
Thrones.
in an arm trap and then drop him with the flatliner, making
a bunch of windmills in the
making
circle
Mil
there.
Muertes the number one contender for the Lucha Underground Championship. There's a stare down between him and Puma to end the show.
Slightly disappointed that Muertes wins.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I definitely didn't expect Drago to beat Muertes. Especially after the fact that Muertes basically murdered Phoenix.
Yeah. He's
We're supposed to be
He ain't
really,
fucking
really worried for Puma's title reign. We're supposed to be shaking in our Pumas.
I don't know.
Get what I'm saying, me either. But that's a shoes reference, which you can be like boots.
I wear Skechers.
I wear socks right now.
Let's move on to NXT. We open up with Hideo Itami coming out, addressing the title match between Finn Balor and Kevin Owens coming up on July 4th in Tokyo. He's going to be there. He's excited to see the match.
And he's going to challenge whoever wins.
Yeah.
NXT Championship.
And Kevin Owens kind of takes offense because Hideo makes it sound like he doesn't know who's going to win. And Owens is like, you should know because I'm in the match, so I'm.
He's like, yeah, I'm glad you're coming to see Finn Balor get beaten and to watch me end Finn Balor.
Yeah. And then
Kevin Owens has a lot of trouble saying. I don't remember what word it was.
I don't remember what it was.
Disillusioned, I think.
Delusional.
Delusionable.
Yeah.
Delusionable. Fuck it. I sound like Hideo Itami trying to speak English.
Such a great recovery by Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens.
He wants an apology from Hideo because Hideo called him a terrible person, or a bad person, and Hideo then calls him a terrible person, and
great
Kevin's
champion.
like,
terrible human being.
and Kevin's like, all right, well, people keep blaming me for your shoulder injury, so I guess I better do something about that, or do something to deserve it. So looks like you got one good arm there. I'm gonna come down there and take care of that. He gets to the bottom of the ramp. He's stopped by Finn Balor. We get a battle over to the side of the stage. Finn Balor is getting ready to just stomp on Kevin Owens from the top of the stage and ends up getting fucking checked in the face by Rhino. And
with a real check.
That's how this one's going, folks.
And he got punt kicked like a soccer ball.
That he did.
And into the space where Kevin Owens very quickly disappeared from.
Yes. And this sets up, we get the rematch.
Crawled away like a really fast turtle.
Panda.
Turtle panda.
Turtle.
That'd be the cutest reptilian creature ever.
It'd be a furry turtle.
Panda turtle.
This sets up our main event. We get a rematch between Rhino and Finn Balor.
Spoiler alert.
So
Kevin Owens is on commentary for this one.
Hilarious, but we'll get to that in a second. We have Enzo and Cass taking on Jason Jordan and his newest tag team partner, Sylvester LaFour.
Say it.
Say what?
Say his name the right way.
Oh, you mean Sylvester LaFour? Yeah. I'm glad Jason Jordan's picking the cream of the crop for his fucking tag team partners.
Well, at this point, he's just like anybody but Chad Gable.
He's trying to stay as far away from Chad Gable as he possibly can.
Next week, he's picking Rich Brennan.
That could be
JK.
okay. That could be a mistake. Enzo takes control of this match.
Yeah.
This is all him.
He had to take over this match to punish Cass for botching a Ted reference in front of the audience.
Yeah. He was going strong for a second, and then he hit a flat point, and the crowd actually booed him.
Yeah.
Then he brought it back with the Terminator reference, and then he did the soft, and then he was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, whatever it was that happened, Enzo basically ran the match.
Yeah.
He started off with a lot of offense, then he got beat up because he's obviously way smaller than his opponents.
Both of them.
He usually is. He's usually the smallest guy in the match.
He is one of the smaller guys on the NXT.
And then he had Cass came in for about 30 seconds.
Yeah, did the big slam on the fart.
And then Enzo came back in and rolled up Jason Jordan.
Yeah. So Enzo and Cass picking up a win, and you know that they're headed towards the Dubstep Cowboys.
Again.
Samoa Joe wants to fight.
He's very loud.
He is
and sweaty.
Off.
He's loud and sweaty.
This was a post-match promo from last week after
their fight.
Him and Kevin Owens got pulled apart, and he wants to destroy Kevin Owens.
Yeah, he's upset because Kevin Owens can still walk.
Yeah, which was not his plan.
Yeah, basically in my head it was Samoa Joe's like, you see what I did to Tyson Kidd?
That's what I wanted to do.
I wanted to do that to you, not him.
Yeah.
My bad.
He used it. He used it up on Tyson Kidd. He wasn't able to use it on Kevin Owens.
Joe, you done fucked up.
You can't blame anybody but yourself, Samoa Joe. Don't hurt me.
I'll call him and tell him you said that.
No.
Get his number from my wife.
Then we have Dana Brooke taking on the newcomer Cassie. This was
Blue skirt.
This was a good match in the sense that Dana Brooke didn't suck.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of a match. It had its moments. I like the fact that there wasn't any real messy spots, which is what we've got a lot of with Dana Brooke.
Yeah.
The fact that it went along very smoothly. There wasn't anything special about it, but it got I believed Dana Brooke a little bit more as a heel. She was a little bit more aggressive, and not in a oh my god she's trying too hard kind of way. I believed her a little bit more, and Cassie was a good opponent. She's a taller girl, so she's bigger than Dana,
Yeah.
but she's also she looks very girly. So like the fact that having the aggressiveness happen to her, I believed a little bit more. So
Yeah, I don't know. I'm starting to get this issue here. Obviously, you can't just shove the same 4 people in matches over and over again.
Yeah.
Or everyone will complain.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we have always such good things put out with Bayley, Becky, Charlotte, and Sasha.
Mm-hmm.
And I love everything they do, but I think they ended up putting the measuring stick way too high because all the other female talent just seem to pale in comparison to what they do.
I mean, Alexa is good, but she's not great. Carmella definitely needs work. Dana Brooke still hasn't given us something.
Yeah.
I actually feel like these new girls they brought in with Jessie McKay, Cassie, Blue Pants. I think the three of them and a couple of the other girls that are coming up. I think they might even surpass like this second class of NXT divas.
Yeah, I don't know. I have really high hopes for McKay, just because I know I've seen a lot of stuff she's done previously. But, it's all dependent on your marketability and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Whether or not you even get TV time. I mean, look how long it took Solomon Crow to get actually his first on-air match.
That's true.
And he doesn't get to show up very often as it is.
Yeah. Dana Brooke picks up the win with her Michinoku driver, or whatever she's calling that move. I don't know what it is. And Charlotte then has a promo in regards to Dana saying
Dana to kick her ass.
Yeah, Dana was going to shut the door on her, and she's got a message that she's going to send to Dana herself.
Oh, what? The message is probably "Shut up, bitch." Punch in the face.
Yeah. Then we get the Who is Finn Balor Part 2. We get to know about his time in New Japan.
Yes.
Being the young boy, loving Legos and hanging out with Sami Zayn. I
love that. It's like, you want to go out and eat? Sure. You need to do anything before we leave? Yeah, I gotta finish building my Lego pirate ship before we can go.
Like, if there was one thing that I thought Finn Balor did with his off time, it would not be Legos. That would not be my first guess.
What would be your first guess?
I don't know. Something like abstract, kind of like Jeff Hardy, like with the whole body paint. Like maybe he's into art or something like that. I guess Lego building could be art, if you maybe. Is it a thing?
He wants to build pirate ships.
I'm cool with it.
Star Wars ships.
If I had Legos to play with, I'd be playing with Legos too. I ain't got no Legos.
My one childhood complaint.
Not enough Legos?
Never had Legos. I didn't own.
You never had Legos?
I didn't own. We owned the big building blocks, like the big.
Oh, like the plastic ones?
The giant, like the giant Legos.
Yeah. But never
never
the
owned
sets.
a Lego set.
Oh.
Of any kind.
You got robbed, bro. You had all the action figures though.
I had action figures. I had a lot of stuff, but my friend Zach had all the Legos.
Huh.
So I loved going over to his house because he had the one thing I didn't have, which was all the Legos.
I'll have to buy you some Legos.
Yeah, I'm kind of past that though.
Buy me Legos. My birthday's coming up.
That's true.
But yeah, I like this learning about Finn Balor thing. This is cool because you know quite a bit about him.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen him come up through the indies, but with the fact that he is one of my favorite guys, I'm getting to learn
also,
about
like,
his.
They showed the relationship between him and Albert.
That is it's Albert throwing a ball at him. The fact
Albert
that
showing off his sweet abs.
Yeah, it's cool. Like I like knowing more about my favorite wrestlers and whatnot. So this is a cool little insight. We're gonna be getting part 3 next week. It's gonna be his transition into NXT and his rise to the popularity that he has now, and this will lead into his title match against Kevin Owens, which will be next Saturday on the WWE Network.
Live at 5:30 a.m.
Yeah, you want to talk about the hype, bros?
I will talk about how I'm not hyped, bro. about the Hype Bros.
Hype, bro.
Brah. So Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley had a match against Sawyer Fulton and Angelo Dawkins.
Formerly known as the Shoot Nation.
Yeah, with Chad. I can't be JJ's partner, Gable. And
JJ?
Yeah, Jason Jordan.
I knew
Double
who
J.
you were talking
Double
about.
J, Jason Jordan.
Double J. Jeff Jarrett.
Nope.
JEFF.
JARRETT. Haha. And yeah, good showing for Dawkins and Sawyer. I can't say that both first names are both last names. It's one.
You just pick and choose.
Becoming exactly what I expected them to become, which is the new age version of the world's greatest tag team.
They're the taller version of the world's greatest tag team.
And we had like Zack Ryder doing some cool stuff, missile drop kicking, broski booting, Mojo Rawley
doing the goddamn hammer dance again. What the fuck is that?
This actually got a Mojo sucks chant.
Yeah. Take a hint, Mojo. Don't do that anymore. The crowd
You
likes
suck.
The crowd likes everything else you do except that.
Yeah.
So don't do that.
You're gonna fuck it up for yourself. You already fucked it up with me. I mean, I already think you suck to begin with.
Yeah, there's no saving you from Kevin Hawk. Tell him Hawk.
You know what? He's like,
That's not what I was expecting.
wow.
Christopher Hawken.
You guys have taken over the place that I had in my heart for the primetime players. Of one of you is really awesome, and the other one is Mojo Rawley. Fucking tool.
Mojo Rawley is the Titus O'Neil of NXT. Am I right?
He's just the next Titus O'Neil of everything. Titus O'Neil
Congratulations.
isn't even the Titus O'Neil anymore.
Congratulations, Titus. You are now a member of the roster.
Yeah.
The Hype
Bros
Bros
won.
Yeah, they pick up the win with
The
their
assisted Rough Rider.
called the Hype Rider.
Hype Rider?
Yeah.
Oh god.
It's like typewriter with an H.
I got that part.
Just making sure. Yeah, they both posted on Twitter what they should name their double team finisher, and that was the most popular one, and that's what Mojo yelled out before they did it. So I'm guessing that's what they're gonna call it. And then
I don't even.
Moving right along. Not only do we have Mojo Rawley, but Eve Marie wants to compete in NXT.
I'm not gonna bash on this segment,
No?
with the exception that she sounds like a robot.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
She's expended all her drama on Total Divas,
I follow her
so
on...
now she's drama drained.
Well, I follow her on Snapchat, and I follow her on Instagram. And when she talks, that's just how she talks.
Yeah, well, she's a robot. I just said it.
She's a tan, vibrantly red-headed robot.
She's like Android 24. Which could be a thing.
Might be.
She wants to fight on NXT. So Ringo's like, hey, you can't just come in here and expect to get a match on NXT. I need to see what you can do in a match on NXT. Funny how that works.
He wants to wrestle Eve Marie.
You know what, I probably would too.
But you better do something, Tony.
That's the main reason why I'm not going to bash this is I'm hoping for something good to happen.
Fingers crossed. Let's move on to our main event.
The main event.
The rematch between Finn Balor and
Kevin
Rhino.
Owens and the rest of the broadcasting team.
Oh my... You want go ahead and talk about Kevin Owens on commentary.
I mean, to me, they made this way more important than the match going on.
I thought, yeah, I definitely feel, based on what happened at the end, I feel like the match was just
a setup.
Yeah, it was strictly a setup match. That's all it was, which I'm okay with because man,
and they had a decent match.
Yeah,
Balor.
Yeah, it wasn't bad by any means.
But Owens, man, on commentary,
stole the show.
Stole the show, literally. He was like actually like not letting anybody else talk,
except for Corey.
Yeah, Corey constantly agreeing with Owens, which was the smart choice. Byron went silent for a long time.
That's because Kevin Owens was cuddling with him.
And Brendan kept getting uncomfortable because Owens would keep cutting him off or just kind of disparaging him.
I feel like
so like the divas run away from him.
Rich just keeps getting bashed by people. I feel like he's just gonna one day just beat the fuck out of somebody.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great.
Yeah, that was at one point. Like Byron had been quiet for so long. Owens is like, just lean your head on my shoulder. Just come here, take a nap. You're not doing anything anyways.
You're not doing your job, so why don't you take a nap or something? So funny.
And Balor starts to get the advantage over Rhino.
Yep.
After being thrown around most of the match.
Yeah.
And Owens is like, oh, well, let me see if I can go help Finn Balor win this match. And he walks down to the ring, and Finn Balor jumps off the top rope and drop kicks Owens, which must have been a really potent drop kick because it kept Owens down for a long time.
Yeah.
It kept him down long enough for him to hit like 3 moves on Rhino and then pin him.
But as soon as the pin was over, Kevin Owens was in the ring beating the fuck out of Finn Balor.
Teleport style in the ring.
And that's a hell of a duo to be getting beat down on.
It is a short, compact, husky duo.
We got Rhino, Kevin Owens just beating the fuck out of Finn Balor.
Knowing just Rhino was doing it for a Klondike bar. Yep.
Finn Balor was saved by Samoa Joe, who ran off both Kevin Owens and Rhino. God.
He ran off Kevin Owens. He shuffled off Rhino. Rhino, I feel like was legitimately kind of out of whack and off his rocker from the double stomp.
You think the coup de grace fucked him up?
Yeah, because he never stood upright the whole rest of the show.
Well, Rhino doesn't really stand upright though. He's always just kind of hunched over.
Yeah, but he doesn't usually stand at a 90-degree angle.
That's fair.
Like even when they were double team beating up on him, like Rhino was on his knees, like just hitting Finn Balor in the back.
Well, I can't imagine being double stomp. Feels good.
Yeah. Which is a crazy thing to think, because like Rhino outweighs Finn Balor by like 100 pounds, almost 100 pounds even.
Yeah, exactly. God, I want to see this tag team match.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
So fucking next week.
Next week, I'm hoping.
Or maybe.
Keep my fingers crossed. Week
or
after.
maybe even following the title match, maybe fallout from the title match or something.
Something, I don't care. I just
Make
want it
it
to
happen.
happen eventually.
Finn Balor and Samoa Joe versus Kevin Owens and Rhino.
Let's do this. Could we put it on Kickstarter or something?
We don't need it on Kickstarter. Triple H is the Kickstarter for NXT.
Oh shit! You're correct, sir. I ain't gonna argue with that, brah. That was all the cool stuff, though.
Yeah. Finish it up with a few extra unfortunate things. We talked about some injuries with Tyson Kidd and Eric Rowan earlier. There's nothing set right now, but there are reports coming out saying that Ryback was possibly injured. The SmackDown tapings. That hasn't been confirmed nor denied yet, so we'll have to wait on that. But other unfortunate news is that Daniel Bryan's concussion, which is keeping him out currently, is career-threatening.
Yeah.
And we know that Corey Graves was in this situation, which is why he does commentary and culture shock and stuff like that. He's unable to compete in the ring because he's had such a severe concussion. And now we're possibly getting the same situation with Daniel Bryan, which could very well mean we won't see Daniel Bryan in the ring ever again.
Yeah, I mean, that's not encouraging to hear.
No.
But Daniel Bryan's one of those guys where I feel like, you know, if there's a will, there's a way. And if there's a way, he'll find it, you know.
Yeah.
Also, stemming from what we talked about on Raw, the fact that the disappearance of Jamie Noble during that segment, the beatdown, apparently Lesnar and Noble crashing into the guardrail together resulted in 3 broken ribs.
Yes.
For Jamie Noble.
Yeah, he took to Twitter saying that, you know, thanks to everyone for their support. He has 3 broken ribs, and at first he couldn't even breathe. But fortunately, he was treated very well by the WWE doctors.
Yeah, that's the cool thing, you know, and I think it definitely showed, especially, you know, after the thing with Lawler having the heart attack during a live broadcast, is that the WWE medical staff, when someone is legitimately hurt, is on top of things like that nowadays.
Yeah, and they did a really good job on Raw of kind of hiding what was going on over there, but every time the camera kind of panned over, you could see that there was a lot of action going on over there, a lot of people checking on Jamie. Good to know that it was only broken ribs, because God knows it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine we'll see him on TV for a couple of weeks, maybe.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see Noble on TV.
Maybe even just to put over the fact that Brock Lesnar is a freaking beast.
Yeah, I definitely, you're not seeing anybody touch him for a while.
Yeah, he definitely won't be getting physical at all. But yeah, lots of injuries going on right now.
Yeah.
It's just
not pleasant.
People getting hurt all over the place. Stop it. Stop getting hurt.
Fortunately, it's the world they live in.
It's true.
That's the world we live in. We have to expect all our favorite guys are going to get hurt eventually.
That is it for the midweek wrap-up. Thanks again for watching. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe if you liked it and you favorited it. It's your favorite? Sorry, I had a stroke.
The fuck?
I had a stroke, sorry. Be sure to follow the links down in the description. The Twitters, the not the...
There is a Facebook.
Yeah.
I thought... Let's try this again. Links down at the bottom. Click them all. Facebook, Tumblr, Reddit, Instagram, Twitter, and emails.
Emails.
2 of them. There's 2 emails down there.
There's ours and there's his.
If you count them, it's more than one listen to.
There's a Hotmail and a Gmail.
And a hot Gmail. What? I don't know.
That got weird.
That's true. Check out the little playlist.
Yeah.
We got the Raw review up there.
Yeah.
And if you check back later, we're going to have
more
stuff.
Tomorrow.
Like SmackDown Rundown, Indy News, and maybe other stuff.
Maybe other stuff.
If we get froggy.
I will be doing a TNA reflection this week. I'm going to kind of do like every 3 weeks so I can get like a grouping of things that have happened. So
good.
Look forward to that later in the week as well. And
that's when I take a nap.
You always take a nap.
I never take a nap, actually.
You need to go on.
I need to get on the nap wagon.
Nap wagon. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys later.
Snap a rag on the nap wagon.